This is a review of your course syllabus. At the top of the syllabus is my contact information, including my email address and office hours. I'm available for office hours on these 3 dates and times or by appointment. And office hours are via Zoom. The Zoom link is located on the main menu in your course Canvas site. Here is the course description. It's the historical survey of the United States from 1500 through Reconstruction. I'm not going to read all of this, but the course begins from 1500 and it covers themes such as the American Revolution, westward expansion, Civil War, up through Reconstruction. Here are your student learning outcomes. Student learning outcomes is just another way of saying objectives. It is what I want you to learn from the course. The first student learning outcome is to accurately recall knowledge of major events and figures in American history through Reconstruction. This is not to say that this course is about memorizing dates and people, but you do need to be able to recall major events and historical figures in order to understand the broader context of American history. And you will see major events and historical figures in your assignments, quizzes, and so forth. And the next student learning outcome is to accurately interpret American history through the use of primary and secondary sources. So you will be doing source analysis, critical analysis of primary and secondary sources. The next outcome is to identify, use, and cite reliable primary or secondary sources in American history. Kind of the same idea as the one I just read. Next is to demonstrate college level writing and assessing and interpreting American history. So I do expect college level writing. That doesn't mean you need to write 14 letter words. It just means that you need to be clear in your writing. Next is to identify the historical and theoretical foundations of the U.S. Constitution, the structure and function of the 3 branches, the checks and balances system, and the nature as well as the continuing impact of the Bill of Rights. And that is part of your theme for this course as well. So we will be going over that. And then finally, to recognize, understand, and analyze change over time or continuity of historical events or trends by paying attention to context and causation. What I mean by that is I want you to be able to connect different themes or events from the past to the present. And here's your course content. I'm not going to go over all of that. Again, it's just the themes that you will be covering. Here is your textbook information. Your textbook is free, and you may download a PDF or you may retrieve it through the website in HTML. All of the reading for the textbook is embedded in the Canvas course itself, so you should be able just to click on the links. With respect to behavior in this course, although it's an online course and you won't be necessarily seeing each other in a traditional classroom, I still expect that you be respectful of both your classmates and myself, because you will be communicating with me and your classmates either through discussion posts or through emails. So just be understanding and respectful of others' cultures, backgrounds, and viewpoints. Now understand that I am an advocate of academic freedom, but that academic freedom also comes with being respectful of others' views. Plagiarism, that just means don't cheat. Cheating can mean a number of different things. It could mean you copy and pasted from the internet without citing it, or even with citing it if you were told not to get anything from the internet. Cheating off a classmate's paper, or getting answers from a classmate. It covers a whole host of different of things. So here is a link to Palomar College's academic honesty, and this can affect your entire academic career. So please be careful. And if you're concerned about plagiarism, please let me know. I am going to provide you some tools regarding plagiarism on the Canvas site, so you can at least have an understanding of what plagiarism is if you're not entirely familiar. Here is the information regarding assignments. You want to review the Canvas course for those assignments. The course is divided into weekly modules with a specific historical theme, such as the Civil War or Reconstruction. Each module will include an overview page and then a page that includes a course lecture, reading assignment, being textbook or other readings that I might include, and other assignments such as a quiz, source analysis, discussion post, activity, exam, essay, or project. And I will include due dates for those assignments as well. I will release 2 weeks of modules at a time, but only the assignments from one module will be due each week. So the modules will be released on Mondays. Assignments are generally due on the following Sundays, unless otherwise designated. You may work at your own pace, however, assignments are due on the due dates. And I provided a calendar summary for those assignment due dates, and as I mentioned, they are also available on the course pages within the modules. You may work ahead and you may submit assignments early. You don't have to. I release 2 weeks ahead of time because I know some of you like to work ahead, and that's fine. But just understand that there's no exceptions for due dates. So just make sure you pay attention to that. Semester grades. You will have 5 source analysis assignments worth 25 points each. You will also have quizzes, 5 quizzes at 10 points each. And they are a variation of different types of quizzes. Some of it might be multiple choice, some of it might be short answer or fill in the blank, or just a combination of all of those types of questions. So be prepared for all of them. You have 10 activities / discussion posts. Sometimes part of the activity is a discussion post, and sometimes it will just be a discussion post. And those are 10 points each. You will have one exam worth 50 points, and that exam will be an essay question. So just to give you a heads up on that. The exam will be submitted in writing via Canvas. You also have an infographic project worth 40 points, an essay worth 100 points. Here is my policy regarding late essays. Make sure you read through this very carefully. And basically what it says is I do accept late essays for partial credit, but there is a deduction in points for submitting a late essay. So in other words, I will accept a late essay for up to 2 full 24-hour days, and you'll be deducted 15 points per day. So if you submitted it within 24 hours of its due date, then it'll be a 15-point deduction, and if it's 2 days, then it will be a 30-point deduction. So I would prefer that you submit it on time, but I do understand that sometimes things happen and you have to submit it late. If there is a compelling reason to turn in an essay late For full credit, you need to receive advance permission from me to do so. And I need that, and you need to get that permission within 24 hours prior to the essay due date. So don't contact me an hour before and ask for permission unless there's just something absolutely dire. All right, you will also be required to submit a final digital project. So you will not have a final exam, you will have a final digital project, and that consists of a media project and a reflection essay. There will be extra credit available upon my discretion, but that extra credit will be provided to everyone in the class, not just individual people asking for extra credit. I don't do it that way. If I give extra credit, I give it to everyone. And please understand that the point distribution in this class is not set in stone. Sometimes things happen that I have to adjust the points or the assignments, or I try not to do that, but sometimes that can happen. In California, you never know what can happen. We have COVID going on. We have wildfires going on. Sometimes it could happen, but I would certainly let you know that ahead of time. And your final grade is basically calculated by dividing your total points received by the amount of points available in the course. And that, of course, excludes extra credit. Extra credit is figured into the amount of points received, but not figured into the amount of points available as to, give you an extra little boost. Here are a couple of tables that show your grade. The first one is by percentage, and the second one is by the number of points. And on your grades, you will have, it should say the number of points that you have. So you should have a good idea of how you're doing in the course. And here are the accommodations. If you do need accommodations, please contact the Disability Resource Center or the DRC, and then they will send me, and along with what will happen is you will contact them. If you require accommodations, they will give you it's a letter or a notice, and then you provide that to me, and then we'll go from there. So make sure you do that ahead of time, particularly on anything with respect to testing or anything else that you might need. But please don't hesitate to contact them if you need particular accommodations. Okay, that is the review of your syllabus. Please let me know if you have any questions.